Hi, it's Melissa here. I'm going to be giving you the word today from my home. I've got a question for you. Do you have a good friend, a really good friend that you just want to hang out with all the time, play with, that you just are really thankful for? Maybe you really want a friend like that. Well, when I was growing up, I had a really good friend named Danny. She's actually still my friend today. Now, we met at a camp and we only sort of just knew each other a little bit for a couple of years. And then we became really good friends. We lived close enough that we could bike to each other's houses or go to the mall together, have sleepovers, watch movies, go to youth group. Once I even got to go skiing with her family. Now, you need snow to ski, so probably not many of you have done that, but it is a lot of fun, and I love spending time with her doing that. And as we got older, we even went to Bible college together and shared a room. And then, when we got even older, we got married and we were in each other's weddings. So I got to be in her wedding and she got to be in my wedding. Now, Danny was a really good friend, and she was also a really good person. Now, the reason that I liked being Danny's friend is because she was kind and she made everyone feel really special and really important. She was a lot of fun. She was funny. She's just a really good person. She made good choices and she cared that other people were making good choices too. And she was a good follower of Jesus, which was really important in a friendship, to have someone that you could talk to Jesus about. And even if I wasn't being a good friend, she was still a good friend to me. And even when I was making some bad choices, she was good to me and kind to me. And she would even leave me encouraging notes on my car and Bible verses to help encourage me to make good choices. That's a good friend, isn't it? Now, can you have a guess how long Danny and I have been friends for? I think when I asked my kids, there are a few answers: 17 years, 20 years, 27 years. Have been friends for 25 years. That's a really long time to be friends for. And I'm really, really thankful. I'm thankful for the friendship. And I'm really glad that I get to be her friend. Now, do you remember who was in the video clip that we saw? Which, by the way, was amazing. How good of a job did Lola do doing those drawings? I hope you gave her a really big clap. Well, in that video, it talked about the disciples. Now, the disciples were followers of Jesus. But do you know what? Before they chose to be followers of Jesus, they were friends of his first. So they got to see him and how he treated people, the things that were important to him, how he treated them. They got to see him care for people and heal people and talk about his Father in heaven. He was a good person and he was a really good friend. Now, if we want to follow Jesus, we need to be friends with him first. But why would we do that? Well, I think like the disciples, we want to follow Jesus because he's good and he sets a good example. Just like I really wanted to be friends with Danny because she was a good person and kind, I really want to be friends with Jesus because I can see through the Bible and how he works in my life that he's a good friend. He's the best friend that I could ever have. He's a good example of what to do. He always makes the right choice. He loves me no matter what I do, and he helps me in every situation. He's with me all the time, no matter what I'm doing. Sometimes I like to just stop and ask Jesus, what do you like doing with me? What makes you smile? And I always get a picture in my head of us just laughing together. I think he delights in or finds joy in me enjoying my life. And he just likes being with me when I'm happy. No matter what you're doing, Jesus is there. Whether you are with your other friends, riding your bike, playing ball, playing footy, dancing, craft, reading, he's always with you. And I think that's really cool. Because even though I really, really like Danny, I couldn't spend 24/7 with her. I couldn't have her with me all the time. And even though we spent a lot of time together and we didn't really get tired of each other, I think if we spent that much time together, we probably would have gotten sick of each other. But we'll never get sick of Jesus, and he never gets sick of us. So why did the disciples follow Jesus? Because he was a good friend and he was a good person. And why should we follow Jesus? For the same reason. Because he's a good friend and he's a good person and a good example to follow. And when we're not sure how to follow Jesus, or maybe how to find out more about him, just like the Energizer showed us, we can ask the Holy Spirit to help us. Jesus is the best example that we can follow, but he's also our friend. So I hope you remember that. And I hope that if you haven't made the decision to be a friend of Jesus, that you'll really think about it and talk to someone about it, a parent or an adult that you trust. And if you are already a friend of Jesus, I want you to remember that he's a good friend, and ask him, what's a way that you can follow him this week? What's something that he wants you to do? What's something that you can do better? That's all for me. Bye.